Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I have 3 stories to share with you in this very latest Moon Lambo Hot Jam. Starting with this one from the Crypto Basic, titled, Expert says XRP and its ledger now have new firepower and unique use cases. There's also this one, Ripple confirms collaborations with 10 governments on CBDC initiatives. And finally, wrap up the video with this one, Stanford paper cites Ripple potential strategic value to U.S. policymakers. Now, if you're on social media platform, Max, there's a good chance that you've seen all of these topics discussed very recently. And there are very good reasons to be excited about the future of XRP and the XRP ledger. There's a lot of reasons to be legitimately excited that aren't hype just for hype's sake. There also are some things being said that, frankly, are a little bit on the hype train, in my humble opinion. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. And some of this stuff, it doesn't matter. Like, in fact, this last story, just, we'll get there, but there's a lot of people making a big deal about this one, the Stanford paper, and I'm just kind of rolling my eyes. I'm like, guys, there are legitimately good reasons. Do you have to hype the hell out of everything? Or do you, like, is it purely for the click? Do you genuinely believe it? Do you not know what you're looking at, and that's why you're excited? Don't make no damn sense up in this bitch sometimes. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. And so let's get into this first story. New firepower for XRP and the XRP ledger? Well, that is absolutely true for a number of reasons, so check this out. Crypto Eddie, a widely followed figure in the XRP community, asserts that XRP and its associated blockchain XRP ledger now wield new firepower use cases. Eddie voiced this sentiment in a recent post on X amid Ripple's recent Asian market initiative. Last week, Ripple unveiled a new fund targeting Korea and Japan. The move is to foster innovation on XRP and strengthen Ripple's foothold in the Asia-Pacific region. Specifically, the fund's resources will be allocated to bolster partnerships, provide developer grants, invest in startups, and nurture community growth in Japan and Korea. Notably, this initiative aligns with Ripple's pledge to allocate 1 billion XRP for technical and financial support for developers. Emi Yoshikawa, Ripple's vice president of strategic initiatives, emphasized that the fund's launch underscores Ripple's confidence in Japan and Korea as key centers for blockchain innovation. Yeah, so clearly highlights the truly global nature of XRP and the XRP ledger. Love to see that, of course. Also, these funds dispersed by Ripple will ultimately absolutely positively impact XRP. I don't know, how could you bungle this that much? 1 billion XRP and you can't find some damn use cases. So yes, and that pledge itself isn't new, of course. I've talked about that on the channel before, but it's good to see that it's in line and they're moving forward with this. It's not just talk. Ripple says stuff and then they pretty well follow through. And not that everything that they try ends up working. We found that out recently with Liquidity Hub, but clearly XRP already has staying power itself. Ripple has found at least one genuine use case with XRP as a bridge currency. That's not going anywhere. And so there's that. And then in terms of new firepower, we have it in spades. It's rare in crypto, and then with XRP, holy freaking hell. I mean, look at the developments recently. And so on the Ripple front, obviously launching the stablecoin, that's incredibly positive for XRP and the XRP ledger, because in order for the Ripple stablecoin to be launched on the XRP ledger, XRP is required for it to be created, for trust lines to be set up, and for every single transaction, XRP is literally required for any on-chain transaction. That's the way that it's coded, folks. That's fantastic. And so when you're talking about a new stablecoin getting launched, and if indeed Ripple finds success with that, the amount of value that gets locked on the ledger, or TVL, total value locked, will increase at an exponential clip, I would guess, especially as more people jump into crypto. And it will. I think that Ripple stablecoin will be viewed as the trusted stablecoin above others. I think there's a really good chance for that anyway. It's not guaranteed; it could still be bungled, but I don't know how at this point. Like Ripple's a juggernaut in this space, and they're backing our beloved XRP coin. Like it's incredible. We are so fortunate to have them doing what they're doing and helping the way that they're doing. The way that they're going to market. And TVL is a crucial metric to track. We know there's. I've been talking about this a lot lately, so I won't harp on this in this video, but it's worth mentioning in a video like this. Yes, Ripple absolutely launching the coin will help increase TVL. And we know that blockchains that have higher TVL have coins that are attached natively that increase in price. So those cryptocurrencies with more total value locked, higher price, number go up. That's the important takeaway. We also have the automated market maker recently launched. That continues to trend to the upwards at a pretty impressive clip considering it's only been around a few months. And that's more total value locked. Then you can look at the XRPL EVM sidechain. My God, the degree to which that should bring in, open the floodgates. We'll see exactly what happens here. But you're talking about the Ethereum virtual machine here. And then XRP ledger compatibility. And then on top of that, there's all the stuff that Flare's doing with F assets. You name it. Tons of incredible stuff to be. And the reason that we should be excited about this is because this type of activity we've seen is what drives price action on other chains. We're just going to have more of it now. And XRP already had clear staying power. So to me, that's why this is so incredible, frankly. It's like the most incredible rash of news that I've ever seen dropped in such a short period of time. It truly is incredible to me. And so upon sharing this news about the fund, here's what Crypto Eddie actually wrote on social media platform X. She said, "You don't need a crystal ball to see around this corner. The Asian era of XRP and the ledger. The new firepower will unveil unique use cases. Looking forward to going beyond legacy business models." And spot on, I say to that. And then there's this headline. Ripple confirms collaborations with 10 governments on central bank digital currency initiatives. All right, I got to say this at the outset. We've known for literally years that Ripple has been in communication with at least dozens of governments around the world. Now, as far as who they're working with and the exact number, we're not privy to the latest data at any given moment in time, but this has been circulating, and I don't know for sure. So this is based on a video clip that started circulating. The clip's not dated, and there's so many damn watermarks. I'll show you in a second, but there are so many watermarks on that bitch, like I can't tell where it came from or what it is. But it is Brad Garlinghouse speaking, and he's saying something that is good. So I don't even know for sure if this is news, but the community's getting all hot and heavy about this, so I wanted to talk about this and share some perspective, because some think that this is actually bad. We'll flesh that out in just a second here. But Ripple collaborating with 10 governments on central bank digital currencies. Yes, indeed. Ripple is collaborating with 10 governments on central bank digital currencies, aiming to enhance the utility of the XRP ledger and develop stablecoins for global financial inclusion. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has confirmed that the company is actively collaborating with 10 governments worldwide on central bank digital currencies. This was spotlighted by the Good Morning Crypto's X account. Notably, Garlinghouse views a central bank digital currency as a stablecoin issued by the government. And I'll just pause and note, that is an interesting way to characterize it. I haven't seen anybody else characterize it like that, but it's absolutely correct. That is true. And then, anyway, piece continues. Ripple wants to enhance the utility of the XRP ledger as it moves from speculation to practical application in 2024. And that's a stupid sentence. I like the crypto basic, but what do you mean move to practical application? Even if you're just talking about what Ripple's doing, the production version of on-demand liquidity was launched in October of 2018, almost 6 years ago. Did you know that? I just read that, I'm like, God damn. Freaking crypto media. But anyway, so the video clip itself, I don't know how old this thing is. Maybe it's brand new, but I don't know. Not that it matters that much because the community's talking about it, so I wanted to put my 2 cents in on this. So specifically, there's this comment from somebody named Bigwig, which is cited in the article. And I think it's a pretty reasonable comment anyway. He says, "Why do you guys get excited for central bank digital currencies? They are the final play on losing our freedom. It baffles me how you guys cheer on our own demise." Okay, and fair enough perspective. And it also, I will note, when we're talking about central bank digital currencies and Ripple helping governments to launch them, those will not be on the XRP ledger, just to be clear. They will be on a template of the XRP ledger, a separate blockchain, because it's open source code. And so Ripple has taken that open source code and modified it in ways that governments would like. So you can roll back transactions and do all sorts of centralized BS. All the stuff that's antithetical to cryptocurrency in the first place. So I'll just say this. Look, I wouldn't ever want a United States dollar central bank digital currency unless there's the actual central bank digital currency, unless it's open source software and it can't be programmed to impose tyranny on the public. And so we would need laws in place to prevent the government from, doing certain things. Now, that said, I understand that's not likely to happen. And, if it doesn't happen, then I'll never be in support of such a United States dollar central bank digital currency. But, if you talk about all the reasons that people don't want a central bank digital currency, any reason I've ever seen, I've probably agreed with either literally or just about 100% of the reasons we don't want central bank digital currencies in specific forms. But what if you just make it illegal for all of those things to happen? What if it's open source software? What if you can't, the code can't work in such a way that certain things could be done? Well, then maybe it could get me on board. But again, I don't think that's likely to happen, so it's not necessarily worth, in my mind, having much of a conversation beyond that, because I don't think it's going to happen. And so instead, what most people are doing is just trying to shut this down, and I think that that's just basically an admission that you're not going to get the government to make laws that would prevent all of those things that would result in the imposition of tyranny, basically. That's what it looks like to me. I'm just saying. But now, that said, the adoption of central bank digital currencies in a way, can be good for the adoption of crypto. Imagine a wallet where, your cryptocurrencies are capable of sitting right next to any government-issued central bank digital currency. Think about the onboarding of people, right? So I'm just playing. It's pros and cons. That's all I'm doing here. So this is another reason, though, and the reason I'm laying all this out. This is another reason it's in Ripple's best interest to launch RLUSD. The Ripple stablecoin. Because it has, like I said, great odds of being adopted by more people. In particular, though, if central bank digital currencies flourish around the world. Because think about it, if you've got whatever your central bank digital currency is, you're more inclined to be in the world of crypto. You have Bitcoin, you've got XRP there, you've got RLUSD, the Ripple stablecoin. You see, that would benefit XRP, of course, because as I mentioned earlier in the video, XRP is required for the Ripple stablecoin to exist on the XRP ledger. Now, of course, it's also launching on the Ethereum blockchain, and there it wouldn't be required. But that doesn't necessarily matter. I'm talking specifically about the XRP ledger version of this. So, look, again, it's just pros and cons. You guys can tell me what you think. This is a very divisive topic in the world of crypto, and it's easy to understand why. I think all of us, though, were on team anti-tyranny. It's just a question of, would a central bank digital currency result in that? And I'd say technically it depends on the way it's crafted. There are so many ways that this could go sideways, though. It makes me a little bit nervous. I certainly acknowledge that. But, to just outright throw technology away because it could be used for a bad thing, just generally in life, I think that's a bad approach. Just take it. You guys can have what you think. That's just my humble opinion. And then there's this. Stanford paper cites Ripple potential strategic value to U.S. policymakers. All right. this is the one where I'm just kind of rolling my eyes. Like, people are pumping this up like, oh my God, and it's Stanford. Oh my God. Check this out. A Stanford paper highlights Ripple potential strategic value, criticizing U.S. lawmakers for regulatory delays affecting competitiveness. And so there was this paper, and it's been circulated now because of Xrp community member Wrath of Kahneman, who is always sharing all sorts of really great stuff. So this is not some sort of knock against him. He just shares stuff. You can take it for what it's worth. It's more so, the Xrp hype train out there, and the people. There's no matter what it is, boom! Oh my God, boom! There's all these booms on social media platforms. I'm like, God, that's not a boom. So this was written by somebody named Dale Sater, and I tried to find out more about this guy briefly, but I didn't care enough to intensely dig. Why would I care enough? I don't know if this is a student, perhaps, but he wrote this paper in March of this year, and he not that he's wrong about everything, but he doesn't know what he's talking about when it comes to XRP. In fact, he conflated Ripple with XRP. I kid you not. And people are, boom! No, this is not a boom. This is just, I don't know if it's a student or a professor. Somebody wrote this paper. They don't even know the difference between Ripple and XRP, and you're writing boom on the internet. Just knock it off. Can we not do that? This is why we cannot have nice things. There are so many reasons to be excited about XRP. I cited a bunch of them in this video. Real world adoption has obviously occurred, and it's been around over a decade. It's here to stay. The market's telling us it deserves to be here. That's why it's one of 3 coins in existence out of over 20,000 coins that has always been in the top 10 coins by market cap. So that's meaningful. This is not, okay? So let me read part of this. This is from the paper. This is a selection that was shared by Wrath of Kahneman. The United States government should do what it can to establish business friendliness and relationships for DLT technology companies that are headquartered in the United States, or at least want a business presence there. For example, Ripple is a private sector payment network that transcends borders and processes daily volume exceeding $1 billion a day, with unprecedented global reach for a DLT, which of course stands for Doritos Locos Tacos, only at Taco Bell. Which... Okay, for those of you that don't know, maybe you're new to crypto, it's distributed ledger technology. But here's how you know that he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. He cites Ripple as oh yes, tell me about what Ripple is doing. But he says, Ripple's a payment network? No, Ripple's a company. Ripple's a company, so that's the first cue that he's talking about XRP, actually. Then he says volume exceeding 1 billion. Those numbers aren't public. We don't know what volume, in terms of transactions, Ripple's processing. But I do know that that figure of 1 billion a day, that's frequently about what the volume is for XRP. And then he's talking about DLT, Doritos Locos Tacos. So obviously it's XRP, if it's a taco. So I'm just saying, man. So, boom! Look at that, Stanford, bro, boom! Shut up! And then he writes, for the strategic value that Ripple can offer policymakers in the financial infrastructure space, the uncertain regulatory environment around its product has been costly in competitiveness, foregone research, and potentially growth of this network. And so look, fair enough, I'm glad that he recognizes, the author, whoever this Dale Sater guy is, I'm glad that he recognizes the degree to which the government itself has been stifling such adoption of XRP. That part's good. And so it's fine that Wrath of Kahneman is sharing this information. Again, it's just the influencers out there hyping this up, and boom, and all that crap. Yeah, lost me. Because this is not a big deal, and it's certainly not a big enough deal, in my humble opinion, to have a crypto media article written about it. The author doesn't know the difference between a company and a cryptocurrency. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Lambo.